Contents. Part 1. Food System Concept and Summarized Recommendations. 1. Food Systems. 7 Priorities to End Hunger and Protect the Planet. Joachim von Braun, Kaussar Afsana, Luis O. Fresco, and Muhammad Hag Ali Hassan. 2. Food System Concepts and Definitions for Science and Political Action. Joachim von Braun, Kaussar Afsana, Luis O. Fresco, Muhammad Hag Ali Hassan, and Maximo Torero. Part 2. Actions on Hunger and Healthy Diets. 3. Healthy Diet. A definition for the United Nations Food Systems Summit 2021. Lynette M. Neufeld, Cheryl Hendricks, and Marta Huges. 4. Ensuring access to safe and nutritious food for all through the transformation of food systems. Cheryl Hendricks, Jean-Francois Susana, Martin Cole, Andrew Kambugu, and David Zilberman. 5. A shift to healthy and sustainable consumption patterns. Mario Herrero, Marta Huges, Uma Lele, Aman Wirakartakusuma, and Maximo Torero. 6. Fruits and vegetables for healthy diets. Priorities for food system research and action. Jody Harris, Bart de Steenhuisen Peters, Steffa McMullen, Babar Bawa, Ilse de Jager, and Ing D. Brouwer. 7. Modeling Actions for Transforming Agri-Food Systems. David Laborde and Maximo Torero. Part 3. Actions for Equity and Resilience in Food Systems. 8. Advance Equitable Livelihoods. Lynette M. Neufeld, Jikan Huang, Usman Badayan, Patrick Karen, and Lisa Centerby Force. 9. A review of evidence on gender equality, women's empowerment, and food systems. Jemima Nuki, Sarah Eisler, Hazel Malapit, Ruth Meinzen-Dick, Elizabeth Bryan, and Agnes Quisambing. 10. The Future of Small Farms. Innovations for Inclusive Transformation. Xinshan Diao, Thomas Reardon, Adam Kennedy, Ruth S. DeFries, Jawu Ku, Bart Minton, Hiroyuki Takashima, and Philip Thornton. 11. Diversification for Enhanced Food Systems Resilience. Thomas Hurdle, Ismahane Elawafi, Morikat Tanticharon, and Frank Ewart. 12. Addressing Food Crises in Violent Conflicts. Birgit Kemmerling, Konrad Schetter, and Lars Werkis. 13. In brief, the White Wifala Paper on Indigenous Peoples' Food Systems. Pablo Arreguita Baena, Anne Brunel, Jan Fernandez de Laranoa, Tanya Eulalia Martinez Cruz, Charlotte Milbank, and Michaela Way. 14. Marginal Areas and Indigenous People Priorities for Research and Action. Syed Azam Ali, Hayatullah Ahmadzai, Drupad Chowdhury, E. Van Gogh, Ibrahim Jahanshiri, Tafajvanashe Mabodi, Alessandro Mescinelli, Albert Tembinkosi Modi, Namo Namo, and Abidami Ulutayo. 15. Priorities for Inclusive Urban Food System Transformations in the Global South. Paul Moustier, Michelle Holdsworth, Dao Thian, Pape Abdoulaye Sek, Hank Renting, Patrick Karen, and Nicholas Brickas. 16. Secondary cities as catalysts for nutritious diets in low and middle income countries. Kesso Gabrielle van Zutphen, Dominique Barjal, Sophie van den Berg, Breda Gavin Smith, Klaus Kremer, Capucine Moussard, Helen Prythirch, Johan Six, Simon Winter, and Chris Woltering. Part 4. Actions for Sustainable Food Production and Resource Management. 17. Boost Nature Positive Production. Elizabeth Hodson de Jaramillo, Ors Nigli, Kauruki Dejima, Ratan Lal, and Claudia Sadoff. 18. Pathways to Advance Agroecology for a Successful Transformation to Sustainable Food Systems. Ors Nigli, Martin Sonneveld, and Suzanne Kummer. 19. A New Paradigm for Plant Nutrition. Achim Doberman, Tom Brulsima, Ismail Kakmak, Bruno Gerard, Kaushik Majumdar, Michael McLaughlin, Patrick Reedsma, Bernard Van Lauwe, Eva Wallenberg, Fusuo Zhang, and Xin Zhang. 20. Livestock and Sustainable Food Systems, Status, Trends, and Priority Actions. Mario Herrero, Daniel Mason de Croix, Philip K. Thornton, Jessica Fanzo, Jonathan Rushton, Cecile God, Alexandra Bellows, Adrian de Groot, Jetta Palmer, Jingfeng Chong, Hannah Van Zanten, Barbara Wieland, Fabrice de Klerk, Stella Nordhagen, Ty Beal, Carlos Gonzalez, and Margaret Gill. 21. The vital roles of blue foods in the global food system. Jim Leap, Fiorenza Micheli, Michelle Tigchelar, Edward H. Allison, Xavier Basurdo, Abigail Bennett, Simon R. Bush, Ling Cao, Beatrice Krona, Fabrice de Klerk, Jessica Fanzo, Stefan Gelsich, Jessica A. Gebhardt, Christopher D. Golden, Christina C. Hicks, Avinash Kishore, J. Zachary Cohn, David C. Little, Rosamond L. Naylor, Elizabeth R. Seelig, Rebecca E. Short, U. Rashid Sumaila, Shakuntala H. Thilsted, Max Troll, and Colette C. C. Wabnitz. 22. Food system innovations and digital technologies to foster productivity growth and rural transformation. Rui Benfica, Judith Chambers, Jawu Ku, Alejandro Nin Pratt, Jose Falk Zepeda, Gert Jan Stads, and Channing Arndt. 23. Leveraging data, models and farming innovation to prevent, prepare for and manage pest incursions, delivering a pest risk service for low-income countries. Brian E. Taylor, Henri Edouard Zefik Tonong, Tim Beal, William Holland, Mary Lucy Oronye, Elfati Muhammad Abdul Rahman, David Onyango, Cambria Feingold, Jessica Zhu, Stefania Pazzi, and Sean T. Murphy. 24. Food systems innovation hubs in low and middle-income countries. Kalpana B. Sabathuni, Klaus Kremer, Sufia Askari, Srujith Lingala, Madhavika Bajoria, Martin Blom, Breda Gavin Smith, Hamid Hamarani, Priyanka Kumari, Anne Milan, Pooja Churing, Kesso Gabrielle Van Zutphen, and Chris Woltering. 25. A whole earth approach to nature-positive food, biodiversity and agriculture. Fabrice A. J. de Klerk, Isabella Koziel, Tim Benton, Lucas A. Garibaldi, Claire Kremen, Martine Marin, Christina Rumbatus Del Rio, Aman Sidhu, Jonathan Wirtz, Michael Clark, Chris Dickens, Natalia Estrada Carmona, Alexander K. Freemier, Sarah K. Jones, Colin K. Cowrie, Ratan Lal, Michael Obersteiner, Roseline Remans, Adrian Rush, Lisa A. Schulte, Jeremy Simmons, Lindsay C. Stringer, Christopher Weber, and Lee Winowiki. 26. Water for Food Systems and Nutrition. Claudia Ringler, Muir Agbanlahor, Khalib Bey, Jenny Barron, Mohsen Hafiz, Jan Lundquist, J.V. Meenakshi, Lila Mehta, Dawit Makonnen, Franz Rojas Ordist, Aliya Tankibayeva, and Stefan Ullenbrook. 27. Climate Change and Food Systems. Alisher Mirzabayev, Leonard Olson, Rachel Besner-Kerr, Prajwal Pradhan, Marta Guadalupe Rivera Fair, and Herman Lotz Kampen. 28. Delivering Climate Change Outcomes with Agroecology in Low and Middle-Income Countries. Evidence and Actions Needed. Sieglin Snap, Yodit Kabid, Eva Wallenberg, Kyle M. Dittmer, Sarah Brickman, Cecilia Egler, and Sadie Shelton. 29. Crop Diversity, Its Conservation and Use for Better Food Systems. Stefan Schmitz, Rodrigo Barrios, Hannes Dempuwolf, Luigi Guarino, Charlotte Lusty, and Janet Muir. 30. Safeguarding and Using Fruit and Vegetable Biodiversity. Martin van Zonneveld, Gail M. Volk, M. A. Sondolu, Roland Kint, Sean Mays, Marcella Quintero, Drupad Chowdhury, Enoch G. Ashigan Dacko, and Luigi Guarino. 31. Reduction of Food Loss and Waste. The Challenges and Conclusions for Actions. Joachim von Braun, M. Sanchez Sarando, and Roy Steiner. Part 5. Costs, Investment, Finance, and Trade Actions. 32. The True Cost of Food, A Preliminary Assessment. Cheryl Hendricks, Adrian de Groot Ruiz, Mario Herrero Acosta, Hans Baumers, Pietro Galgani, Daniel Mason de Croix, Cecile God, Katerina Waha, Dimitra Kanidu, Joachim von Braun, Mauricio Benitez, Jennifer Blank, Patrick Karen, Jessica Fanzo, Frederica Greb, Lawrence Haddad, Anna Herforth, Danny Jordan, William Masters, Claudia Sadoff, Jean-Francois Susana, Maria Cristina Tirado, Maximo Torrero, and Matthew Watkins. 33. The cost and affordability of preparing a basic meal around the world. William A. Masters, Elena M. Martinez, Frederica Greb, Anna Herforth, and Cheryl L. Hendricks. 34. The global cost of reaching a world without hunger, investment costs and policy action opportunities. Bezawit Bayin Chichaibelu, Maxid Bekchanov, Joachim von Braun, and Maximo Torrero. 35. Financing 2 Sudanese pounds and ending hunger. Eugenio Diaz Bonilla. 36. Trade and sustainable food systems. Andrea Zimmerman and George Rapsomanikis. Part 6. Regional perspectives. 37. Policy options for food system transformation in Africa and the role of science, technology and innovation. Usman Badayan, Cheryl L. Hendricks, Katrine Glatzel, Fadi Abdulradi, Asifa Admasi, John Asafu Adjay, Milton Aiko, Endashaw Bekel, Thaymor Chabi, Muhammad Hag Ali Hassan, Mame Samba Mbai, Fatima Azara Mingaub, Douglas W. Miano, John H. Muyonga, Talulap Olifinbi, Racha Ramadan, and Simbarashi Sabanda. 38. The role of science, technology and innovation for transforming food systems in Latin America and the Caribbean. Elizabeth Hodson de Jaramillo, Eduardo J. Trigo, and Rosario Campos. 39. The role of science, technology, and innovation for transforming food systems in Asia. Paul J. Mowen, Daniel A. Kamovitz, S. A. Oppen, Morikat Tanticharon, Christian Lal, and Yu Hang Kim. 40. The role of science, technology, and innovation for transforming food systems in Europe. Claudia Canales and Robin Fears. 41. Transforming Chinese food systems for both human and planetary health. Shenggun Fan, Jikan Huang, Fusuo Zhang, Wenhua Zhao, Hongyuan Song, Fengying Ni, Yu Sheng, Jinxia Wang, Jiying Bai, and Wenfeng Kong. 42. Key areas of the agricultural science development in Russia in the context of global trends and challenges. Nadezhda Orlova, Yevgenia Surova, Vladimir Popov, and Marina Petuhova. 43. Food system in India, challenges, performance and promise. Ashok Gulati, Raj Paroda, Sanjeev Puri, D. Narain, and Anil Ganwa. Part 7. Strategic perspectives and governance. 44. The role of science, technology and innovation in transforming food systems globally. Robin Fears and Claudia Canales. 45. The bioeconomy and food system transformation. Eduardo Trigo, Hugo Chavaria, Carl Prey, Stuart J. Smith, Agustin Taroba, Justice Wesseler, David Zilberman, and Juan F. Martinez. 46. In the age of pandemics, connecting food systems and health, a global One Health approach. Gebiena M. Braun, J. Jukia Sibenga, and Luis O. Fresco. 47. How could science policy interfaces boost food system transformation? Etienne Hainzelin, Patrick Karen, Frank Place, Arlene Alpha, Sandrine Dury, Ruben Echeverria, and Amanda Harding. 48. The transition steps needed to transform our food systems. Patrick Webb, Derek J. Flynn, Neve M. Kelly, and Sandy M. Thomas. 49. Engaging science in food system transformation, toward implementation of the action agenda of the United Nations Food Systems Summit. Joachim von Braun. 50. Science for transformation of food systems, opportunities for the UN Food Systems Summit. Joachim von Braun, Kausar Afsana, Luis O. Fresco, and Muhammad Hag Ali Hassan.